If somebody else couldn't do it, she wouldn't have a chance.
I don't think you can go wrong. We sure didn't go wrong.
It was just heartbreaking that someone could do that to an animal.
I started volunteering with the Aggieland Humane Society in the summer of 2011. So I got a phone call from Carrie asking if I would take a litter. And she started telling me about the mama cat. Her name was Myrtle. And she told me how nice she was. And she had these 4 little babies. And she just deserved a chance. And when I heard that, a chance, I thought, yeah, I can give her a chance. So I went and got Miss Myrtle and her 4 babies. When Myrtle and her 4 babies went back, we got a litter of 5, and we just kept fostering more. There was always more. No matter what, there's always more kittens. Without a foster, if somebody else couldn't do it, she wouldn't have a chance. And her babies would probably not have a chance to grow up and be adopted and be loving family members and bring joy to other people. Between the mama and her babies and her grandbabies, there could be as many as 50 cats in just one season. If we took care of our animals and we spayed and neutered them so that every dog and cat was truly wanted, they would have better lives. It makes me really happy as an adoption ambassador when I get to meet the new family of one of my foster kittens. It's great to know where they've gone and that they're in a loving home. People sometimes ask me if I get sad when I'm fostering kittens and they have to leave. And I do. I get attached to them. I love them. But you know what's even sadder is if they don't get fostered and then they don't get a chance. That's what makes me sad.
Everybody here at Aggieland knew that I was partial to Australian Shepherds. We'd had to put down our Australian Shepherd that we'd raised from a puppy about 1.5 years ago. And when we first saw Tippy, she was running around in a foster's garage with 9 or 10 siblings, and they were having the biggest time of their life. That's where we ended up with Tippy.
I'm Adriana Neal, and I'm a foster for Aggieland Humane Society. I foster just to save lives. Well, Molly got brought in by animal control, and then they called me to ask me if I would foster Molly. She was currently pregnant and awaiting to have the puppies. About 6 weeks went by, and that's when she finally had them. The day that Jerry came, he came to my house. I had all of the 8 puppies in my garage, and they all running around, and he chose Tippy.
Yeah, Tippy's definitely part of the family. She's a great traveler. Gets on her mat in the back seat of Marilyn's car, and my pickup just rides, and no problem at all traveling. She loves digging in the yard all day long. I get home in the evening and fill up the holes and take her in the house, and she's a ball nut. She'll chase balls anywhere. If I'm sitting in my office or something at night and she finds a ball around the house, she'll bring it there and hand it to me. It's been easy to train so far, and just like I say, just a good choice. And I don't know about, we've in the past I mostly always had purebred dogs, but there's nothing wrong with getting a dog that you don't know anything about the breeding on, as long as you know it's been spayed and neutered and chipped and had its shots and everything. I don't think you can go wrong. We sure didn't go wrong.
I was on a Houston shelter website, and I just came across her picture, and I just fell in love with her little scruffy face. And initially, when we adopted her, I knew that she had a broken foot, so I ended up taking her to our vet, and they recommended that we get her medical records from the shelter that we adopted her from. When they faxed them over, of course, I read them, and I'm looking at x-ray pictures and all this stuff, and I see a bullet in her paw, and that's when I said, oh my gosh, our dog has been shot. I came across the Aggieland Humane Society Facebook page, and I was just quickly scrolling through pictures, and all of a sudden this picture literally stops on my phone, and it's a picture of Maggie. I click on the description of the picture, and it's a news article about a dog that had been found on the side of the road by a vet, and the dog had been shot apparently in the head. It went through the ear, through her jaw apparently, and then landed in her foot. And I could tell when we adopted her that she had had a litter of puppies. So my first thought was, well, maybe, someone tried to kill her because she, was pregnant or had a litter of puppies, or so. The first day we brought her home, my main concern was, how is she with the young children and how is she with other dogs? She did great. She got along with everybody. She instantly bonded with our other dog. And then she and our son, Durham, they were instantly friends too. When I went through the medical records and found out that her broken foot was actually due to a gunshot wound, it was just heartbreaking that someone could do that to an animal. Sometimes I think about her, or I picture her on the side of the road. It was cold and raining, and she didn't have any food or water, and then on top of that being injured from someone shooting her. I can't imagine her living like that because she's so sweet.